love yourself as if your existence depends on it. The summary and some extracts. Throughout our lives, we encounter love in a variety of forms. We love our parents, children, spouses, pets, friends, and occasionally complete strangers. But how often do we love ourselves too much when we only see our flaws when we look inward? What if we were to learn to love ourselves as if it were the only thing that mattered? What if we gave ourselves the same respect and consideration that we give to the people we care about? Well, you can learn to cherish yourself as if your life depended on it. The first step is making the decision to forgive yourself for your transgressions and to adopt a new perspective on yourself. Everything else falls into place once you learn to accept yourself. If you think it sounds challenging, you're right, it requires work. The author of Camel Ravagance, however, his message is quite clear: if you commit, life-changing changes are attainable. It only takes a few specific daily workouts to see that self-love is as natural as brushing your teeth. So let's get started. Before we begin, we post fresh information. This link will teach you how to start loving yourself and will provide you clear instruments of strength to persevere. To be informed of the most recent snippets, make sure to ring the bell and subscribe to our channel. Our films occasionally run a little longer since we never skimp on the book's material, so it's crucial to watch them all the way through. Let's start with Section 1. Unconscious affection can work magic. Individual view self-love as selfish. Since self-love is one of the most powerful emotions we can feel and can make us feel safe, happy, and content, why don't we start by loving ourselves? We are taught from a young age that it's more important to put the needs of others before our own. But what if we took this lesson in a different direction? What if we assumed that practicing self-love is a form of self-care? Many years of bad thinking. Our thoughts are constantly changing, like rivers flowing through the landscape of our lives, and like water, they have the power to etch deep grooves over time. So if we want to change our lives, we must first change the thoughts that keep repeating themselves until we find ourselves in a mental loop. What our ideas look like. We can do this by pouring rivers of self-love and oceans of compassion into our guilt groove. Only then will we be able to see the world and feel its compassion. In a new perspective, self-love is the act of announcing that we are enough and deserving of love in the face of all the conflicting signals that surround us. People are more likely to adore us when we love ourselves, laying the groundwork for future fulfillment. And when you say "I love myself," you start a new mental cycle that will help you achieve self-love. You should understand that you deserve happiness because you are worth it, and the more light you let in, the more light will enter into your life. If you are patient and kind to yourself, you will notice that your mind is more calm and connected. Be patient and committed to being who you really are. I love myself until I love myself becomes a preoccupation with one thing only. The more you love yourself, the more your thoughts will mirror that praise. This is a lovely cycle because the more love you offer yourself, the more you have to give. But this is untrue since the mind and body will react immediately because they have no option. Anxiety step-by-step instructions on how to love oneself are provided in the sections that follow. Foundation. This entails apologizing to yourself for any previous errors. Chapter 2. Self-forgiveness results in joy. Everybody makes errors. Being human entails that. What people do next is what distinguishes the successful from the unsuccessful. Either they wallow in self-pity, or they accept responsibility for their actions, grow from their mistakes, and proceed more wisely. You may move on by learning to forgive yourself for your faults. So stop comparing yourself to other people and start embracing your own talents and attributes. Accepting yourself for who you are is a large part of loving yourself. Commence to appreciate. Stop minimizing your accomplishments and start praising them instead. The moment you release remorse and shame. So if you are enjoying the video and found it helpful, please leave a like on this video and comment, as this goes a long way and helps support our channel. We appreciate it. So let's get back to it. You become more open to happiness when you make mistakes. It's time to forgive and let go of the past if you're in this downward spiral, but you must first find a place where you can be by yourself without being bothered. Demands all of your focus. Next, write down everything you have in front of you on a piece of paper. When you've freed your spirit from the heaviness of pent-up emotions, step back and examine your mistakes with new eyes, realizing that your mistakes don't define you for who you are, and then when you're ready, just let them be. It is torn up into little pieces by the paper, and discard it. You feel lighter and more liberated to begin over, and you are now prepared to commit to long-term change. Space 3. When someone swears, make a commitment, take control of your life, and don't screw around. They are prepared to follow through on their promises and put their money where their mouth is. You'll discover that setting a tone is like branding your soul. It's a strong declaration that demonstrates your commitment to taking charge of your journey and making positive changes, whether that means committing to exercising 3 times per week or quitting smoking forever. If you are ready to start the shift, make a commitment to love yourself. Commitments can improve our lives, And when we keep them, our confidence develops. Once you have forgiven yourself, repeat the process numerous times. Make a sincere promise to always love yourself by sitting down with a pen and paper. Read your commitment aloud multiple times, allowing the words to sink into the paper where they can be seen, or bring a photo with you to prove it. Then, each day, while taking 10 deep breaths, you speak your affirmations aloud. You'll be able to develop a self-love rhythm by doing this. When you include this into your daily life, you will see significant changes as well as a natural transition from a state of self-judgment to one of self-love as you practice. You can move forward if you can forgive. There is no substitute for being your best self if you pledge to do so. Changing direction, you should do something right now to get your thoughts and mind in order. The 4th section of the meditation guide, Create a Ritual to Develop a Potent New Habit, is now available. You don't think twice about tying your shoes or brushing your teeth. The power of rituals lies in their ability to build enduring habits. Your identity is shaped by these actions. Our old habits have a tight hold on us like Velcro, and no matter how hard we try to break them, they refuse to go away. The good news is that with a little thought and effort, we can stop engaging in negative behaviors. Regarding self-love, there are no rigid rules with the new healthy routines to practice self-love. You must first determine what works for you and then stick with it. Now, if you guys enjoyed these videos and found them interesting, please show your support by hitting the thumb up button, subscribing to our channel, and turning on the notifications bell so that you can keep to date with our content releases. Also, leave your question and thoughts below. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next videos.